Have you ever looked up at the night sky and wondered, how did all of this begin? Billions of stars, countless planets, entire galaxies. All of it started from a single, tiny point. That moment, about 13.8 billion years ago, is called the Big Bang. Let's explore how the universe was born. Before the Big Bang, there was nothing. No space, no time, not even darkness in the way we think of it. Scientists call this a singularity. A singularity is an incredibly tiny, infinitely hot, and dense point. All the energy and matter that would ever exist was packed into this one point. And then, something happened. The universe began to expand. Rapidly. Explosively. But this wasn't an explosion in space. Space itself was being created. In the very first fraction of a second, the universe was unimaginably hot. Temperatures reached over 1 trillion degrees Celsius. The first tiny particles, called quarks, began to form. Quarks are the building blocks of matter. 3 quarks join together to form protons and neutrons. These are the same particles inside every atom today, including in you. Yes, you are made of stuff that came from the Big Bang. But the universe was still way too hot for atoms to form. It was a thick, glowing fog of energy and particles, like a soup. About 3 minutes in, something important happened. Protons and neutrons combined to form the first atomic nuclei. These were hydrogen and helium, the 2 lightest elements in the universe. Even today, most of the universe is still made of hydrogen. As the universe kept expanding, it also kept cooling down. About 380,000 years later, the temperature dropped enough for atoms to form. Electrons joined the nuclei, and the first complete atoms were born. Suddenly, light could travel freely for the very first time. The universe became transparent. That ancient light still exists today. Scientists call it the cosmic microwave background. We can actually detect it using special telescopes. These tiny temperature differences tell us how the early universe was structured. It's like a baby photo of the universe, captured in light from 13 billion years ago. For millions of years after the Big Bang, the universe was almost completely dark. Scientists call this period the cosmic dark ages. But gravity was quietly doing its job, pulling gas and dust closer together. As these clouds collapsed under gravity, they got hotter and hotter. About 200 million years after the Big Bang, the first stars were born. The universe lit up for the very first time. These early stars were enormous, much bigger than our sun. They lived fast and died in massive explosions called supernovae. Those explosions spread heavier elements, carbon, oxygen, iron, across space. These elements would eventually become planets and life. Around the same time, billions of stars gathered into galaxies. Our own galaxy, the Milky Way, formed about 13.6 billion years ago, and our sun sits quietly in one of its spiral arms. About 4.6 billion years ago, a cloud of gas and dust started spinning and collapsing. At the center, our sun formed. Around it, clumps of rock stuck together to make planets. Earth started as a ball of hot, molten rock. Over millions of years it cooled down. Oceans formed, and eventually, life appeared. That first life was just a single microscopic cell, but it changed everything. Over billions of years, life evolved into plants, animals, and eventually us. You are the universe looking back at itself. But how do scientists know all of this? They couldn't be there 13 billion years ago. When we look at distant galaxies, we're actually looking back in time. Light takes time to travel. The further away it is, the older the light. In 1929, astronomer Edwin Hubble discovered that galaxies are all moving away from each other. If galaxies are moving apart now, they must have all started at the same place. That's how scientists traced everything back to the Big Bang. Today, the James Webb Space Telescope is helping us see even further back in time. These images show galaxies that formed just hundreds of millions of years after the Big Bang. Every new image teaches us something new about where we all came from. From a tiny singularity to you, all of this happened in just 13.8 billion years. Every atom in your body was forged inside a dying star. You are made of stardust. And this tiny blue planet is one of the most special places in a very large universe. If you enjoyed this video, hit subscribe, and keep exploring the universe with us. See you in the next one. Stay curious.